Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Bre and my husband Flo and I run Bre and Flo. So if you just stumbled across this channel and you're not sure what it's about, we teach movement classes, meditation and breath work, and generally just how to live a yoga lifestyle and how to be more present both on and off your yoga mat. Today's class is going to be a quick and powerful vinyasa flow where we're focusing on lower body and legs. Today's pace is also going to be a little bit faster than what I usually teach. So all you need today is your breath, your body. If you want a couple of blocks, you can grab those as well, or some books, but it's not mandatory. So don't make excuses to skip leg day. If this class isn't long enough for you and you would much rather prefer to do 90 minutes of leg day, then you can head over to our Patreon community up here in the corner or also in the description below. And on Patreon, all of our classes there are 60 minutes or more. So this is just a brief introduction and a little warm up for your legs. So if you want to continue on and really push yourself to your limits, then you can join us over on Patreon. And whenever you feel ready, let's begin. Make your way onto your back. We'll begin in half Shavasana today. Legs bent, either the hands on the chest and the heart, or you can let the hands rest down by your sides. Close the eyes. Take a few long, deep breaths here. With every exhale, try to relax a little bit more into the mat. Give yourself just this opening opportunity before you start moving your body to really drop into your body first, to feel your breath, to notice where you're holding tension. As you shift into that seat of awareness, we're not going to be here long. In fact, today's class is a little bit of a faster pace. So really take this opportunity for the next few breaths to fully arrive. And to appreciate the stillness within so that you can carry that with you throughout your movement practice. You can either keep the eyes closed or you can open them. Bring the hands down to your sides if they're not already there. Ground the heels into the mat and begin to lift the hips up towards the sky for bridge pose. Really push the heels into the ground as you start to feel your glutes. Your hamstrings begin to wake up. If you still don't feel it, then imagine pulling your heels closer to your shoulders. Lift the hips a little bit higher. We're here for 2 more breaths. Great. Slowly release the hips back down towards the ground. Gently windshield wiper the knees. And then hug the knees into the chest. Start to rock forward and back a few times. And we'll meet in a tabletop. We'll start with a quick wrist warm-up today. We're not focusing too much on upper body, not a lot of planks, but you know us and our classes, we always add in plank and chaturanga here and there. So we want to make sure our wrists are warmed up. So just start to walk your hands in and out, rotating internally and externally. And then we'll meet with our fingertips pointing back towards the knees. Tuck the toes under and then sit back towards the heels. Start to lift the wrists up off the ground. Maybe bend one arm and then the other. And release. Place the hands back down, tabletop, and then lift the knees, downward dog. Pedal out the legs one at a time. And if you can already reach both of your heels down towards the ground, then you have the option to also sway the hips left and right. And if that's not accessible for you, then just bend both knees, it's also fine. Just warming up here in the back, the legs. However it looks for you is perfect. Begin to walk your hands back towards your feet. And then heel toe the feet towards the edge of your mat so you have a bit of a wider stance. Bend both knees. And then interlace the hands behind the head. And then slowly start to bounce. Get a little bit more speed. And then you're using the momentum to sort of lift and lower. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep the knees bent. Nice and gentle. 2, 1. Release. Keep the knees bent. Heel toe the feet back under the hips. And then lift the chest for chair pose. Set the hips a little lower. You almost have that straight line from your fingertips down to the hips. Hold here. Start to steady the breath. Engage your Ujjayi breath if that's part of your practice. Last 2. Last breath. Great job. Inhale to standing. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, walk the hands to the top of the mat, downward dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Shift forward, come up high on the left foot as you exhale, right knee to nose. Hold it here. Flex the right foot, step it between the hands, and rise up for crescent. Both arms reach up over your head. That right leg is almost 90 degrees. And then we'll begin to bend the left knee down towards the ground, let it hover, and then lift it right back up. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Lift it up, release the hands for pyramid pose. Step that left foot forward a few inches, 45 degrees with that back leg about, give or take. Keep a little micro bend in the right knee. As you inhale, lengthen the spine first, and then exhale, melt down over the right leg. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Pivot both feet, prasarita. Standing forward, straddle fold. Option to just keep the hands underneath your head. You can also walk the hands underneath you. Just a couple of breaths here. The hands come back underneath the shoulders. Inhale to lift. And exhale, spider lunge to the left, Skandasana. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Whatever variation of Skandasana feels good for you. Option to pivot that right foot left and right. Maybe you can feel that stretch a little differently in your right hamstring. And then move towards the front of the mat. We meet in Warrior 3. Take your time to get there, maybe without using the hands. Palms together, hands at the heart. Maybe a little micro bend in the right knee. No matter how high the left leg is, see if you can fully straighten it, so engage the left quad even more. Inhale as you rise up to standing. Swing that left leg forward, straight out in front of you. Hands come down to the sides. Again, that left leg is fully engaged. Last 2. And 1. Step that left leg to the back of the mat, Skandasana. Move towards the front of the mat for half moon. Left leg floats up. Here, if you want to use a block underneath the right hand, you're welcome to. Left arm reaches up to the sky. That left foot is flexed. And then you're really focusing on stacking the left hip on top of the right. Now we're going to hold here in this half moon, but with that left leg, we're just going to lift it up just a couple of inches towards the sky, and then lower it right back down to where it was. It's a very subtle movement. Let's do 4. Lift and lower. 3, 2, last 1. And then as you release, you're going to bend both legs. Left knee comes outside the right calf. You can release the hands or do whatever you want with the arms. Bring it right back up to half moon. Let's do 4 more. Lower down. J squat, left knee outside the right calf, bring it back, 3, nice and slow, 2, last 1, right back up to half moon, clean it up here. And bend the right knee, Skandasana to the left. Move towards the front of the mat. Frame the right foot. Step the right foot back for one-legged plank. Start to bend the arms for Chaturanga. Press it right back up to high plank. Let's do 3 more. Lower down. Lift it up. 2, last 1. Press it up, plank. Bend the right knee. Bring that right leg over the left for wild thing. So left leg is straight, right leg is bent. Reach your right arm up over your head. Engage the glutes. Now you're going to place your right sole of your foot all the way down to the ground so you have a stable foundation with the right foot. And then you can look down towards your left foot, and then you're going to start to lift the left leg up off the ground. Keep the left leg straight, and then lower it back down. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last 1. And left leg comes back down, right knee to right armpit, hold it here. Push the ground away, flex the right foot. Look down towards your left thumb, gently step your right foot there. Gently set down the left knee. Keep your left palm down on the ground. You're going to reach back with your right hand. Start to bend the left leg. Option to hook onto the foot. If you do, grab the pinky toe side, so you really encourage that external rotation of the right shoulder. Start to send the hips forward and down, and gently pull the heel into the glute. Take this opportunity to slow down your breath, to reconnect with the breath, with the stillness. Be proud of yourself so far. You're doing great. Great, gently release that back leg if you had it held. We're going to make our way into Warrior 3. Nice and slow. Rise back up. Once you're there and you feel stable, you're going to bend both legs, meet in chair pose at the top of the mat. Let's actually heel toe our feet together so the big toes touch. Send the arms up high, set the hips low, and begin to lift the heels up off the ground. And then gently lower down, let them hover, lift again. Let's go for 3, 2. It's okay if you're shaking. Last one. Great job. Gently set the heels down, all together straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, place the hands, step the feet back. And then we're going to lower down to Chaturanga, but we're going to lower very slowly. So start to shift forward as you bend the arms back. You're not going to let your shoulders come lower than your elbows. Nice and slow, we're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Upward dog. Press into the hands, straighten the arms. Gaze straight ahead. Engage the glutes. Press into the hands. Engage the core, lift the hips. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. The right heel lifts off as you exhale, left knee comes to the nose. Flex the left foot, step it between the hands as you rise up strong and slow for crescent. Take a moment to set yourself up in the pose. And then we'll begin with those right knee lowers and lifts. So lower down, right knee, and lift it up. Slowly lower, lift it up. Let's do 3 more. Let the breath pull you into the pose. Beautiful. Release the hands, pyramid. Right foot steps forward slightly. As you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, melt down. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Pivot both feet again for Prasarita. This time, if you'd like to hold on to the ankles, you're welcome to. You can also interlace the hands and bring them up behind your head towards the sky. And even if I don't cue it, you can always modify any pose in any way that feels good for you. This is your time to move in your body. I'm only offering suggestions. But you're always in control. What I do in my body might not even feel good in yours. You can always change it. Release the hands back down to the ground as you inhale, halfway lift. And then with the help of your hands, start to bring the heels in, bend both knees. We're making our way into goddess pose. Hands at the hips, rise up. So the feet are pointing out, same direction as the quads, or roughly in the same direction. The hands rise up, lower the hips down. So the biceps, triceps are almost parallel to the ground. Set the hips low. Option here to begin to sway left and right slowly. We're here for about 30 seconds. So whatever you need to do to feel good in the pose. And if it's only just challenging, then try to work through it. Come back to the breath. You can do it. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Release the hands, pivot the feet in. Once again, prasarita. Some relief for the quads. Inhale to lift. Exhale, spider lunge to the right, skandasana. Slowly move. We make our way into warrior 3, top of the mat. Right leg floats up and back. Palms together, hands at the heart. The shoulders lift up as if your shoulder blades are kissing on your back. The gaze is straight down towards the ground. Begin to rise up to standing. Right leg is going to come forward. Release the hands down to your sides. Hold it here. Right leg is fully engaged. Lift it as high as you can. Last 3, 2, 1. Release the right leg back. Skandasana once again. Bend the right leg, straighten the left. Move towards the top of the mat, half moon. Right leg floats up and back. Right foot is flexed and right leg is straight. Option to have that little bend in the left leg. We'll begin to lift the right leg up even higher, just an inch or 2, and then lower it back down. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Start to bend both legs, come into that J squat. Right knee comes outside the left calf. Bring it right back up to half moon. And lower down. Let's do 4 more. Back to half moon. And then bend the left knee, right foot steps down at the back of the mat, skandasana. Move to the front of the mat, frame the left foot, step the left foot back, one-legged plank. Bend the arms, chaturanga. Press it right back up to plank. Bend the left leg, wild thing. Come onto the knife edge of the right foot. Left foot touches down. Left arm reaches up over the head. And then keep the hips lifted, but you're going to set the left sole of the foot all the way down to the ground. And then begin to lift your right leg up towards the sky and lower it back down. Let's go for 4 more. 3. Keep that right leg straight, the right foot flexed. 2. Last one. And the right foot comes back down to the ground. Switch the legs, left knee to the left armpit. Hold. Flex the left foot, step it to the top of the mat, and gently set down the right knee. Bend the right leg, reach back with that left arm. Maybe you hook onto the foot. Send the hips forward and down, and pull the heel into the glute. Feel that stretch in the right quad, maybe in the left shoulder or the back. It's always important to avoid any sensations of pain. Great, gently release the right leg. Make your way into Warrior 3. Palms together, hands at the heart. And then bend both legs, chair pose, top of the mat. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Keep the hips low. And then begin to lift the heels up off the ground. This time you'll have your feet about hip distance apart for this time. And then gently lower the heels back down, straight down towards the back of the mat. So the ankles aren't going left and right. Lift the heels. Let's go for 4 more. And if you fall out of it, it's okay. Just come right back in. Beautiful. Set the heels all the way down. Straighten the legs. Forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, place the hands, step the feet back. And again, we're going to do that slow lower to Chaturanga for about 10 seconds to get there. So shift forward and then begin to bend the arms. If you need to set the knees down, you can. You're almost trying to resist gravity. Beautiful job. 3, 2, 1. Straighten the arms, upward dog. Come on to the tops of the feet. And lift the hips, downward dog. Walk the feet towards the hands. Yogi Squat at the top of the mat. The triceps come inside the knees. Gently sway the hips. Keep the chest lifted. And then release the arms. Make your way onto your back. Then you're just going to hold on to both of the knees. And then gently press the legs straight down in towards the ground. And then start to make some circles with the knees. Relax the feet. Switch directions on the circle. Release any tension in the hips. And then release the legs straight down towards the ground for your final pose of class, Shavasana. So let the feet fall open naturally. The palms can face up towards the sky. Tuck the shoulders under. Close the eyes. Maybe your heart is still beating or you're breathing hard. That's fine. See if you can consciously slow down your breath. couple minutes here in Shavasana to slow down, to shift back into your parasympathetic nervous system so you can really rest and digest. Maybe you'll be eating some food after this. So it's really important that you shift your nervous system into that relaxation mode before you continue on with your day. Because the body can function so much more optimally when it's in a relaxed state. So I'll be ending the video here, but I encourage you to stay until you feel rested. See you in the next video. With love and gratitude, namaste.